landing page that will ultimately be the actual game page itself. So again, this is for our game, the HODL Warriors. And for those that are unaware of what that is, I'll kind of give a brief overview. The HODL Warriors is a card deck battle game that will read assets in your wallet from Graffiti Kings and future expansion collections, including Alien Worlds and many others. It will read your wallet. It will find assets that are attributed in the game as game assets as well, and then basically load those in as gamified cards that you hold in your wallet. So in our example, in our context, if you hold any of the Alien Worlds gamified HODL Warrior deck cards that we will be doing through a cross-pollination drop, then those cards will then transport into the game and actually be battle-ready cards that you'll have a randomization of 3 different abilities that will be attack enhancements, ability enhancements, healing. It's a random slew of battle games. So think Street Fighter, think Mortal Kombat, think Streets of Rage, those classic fighting games where you have these abilities. They will be gamified and you'll be actually battling against another player that's logged on in the game. And this is all through staking mechanisms. So you'll stake your battle deck cards in a process that will load them in your battle ready deck. And then you'll stake some tokens. In the case of the primary game, it will be driven by our GK token, LFGK. But in addition to the Alien Worlds gamification drop, we've created a secondary staking mechanic inside of the game that will allow you to, if you have the Alien World enhanced cards, stake for TLM as well. So there will be a TLM reward coffer mechanism built into the game. So let's get into some of what the game kind of looks like. So right now, if you see at the top, let me move this vision thing over. You've got different wallet connects. So main login is going to be your Wax or your Anchor wallet. Again, this is a Wax game, so primary tokens, primary tokenomics, game mechanics are all driven by Wax and the Wax protocol.
Michael, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so great job. Looks great, and excited to kind of see things coming along. I know one of the questions, a lot of people, and one of the main focuses of the whole grant program is, can you go a little bit into, that cross-pollination and how it, benefits both sides, both communities, and provides a little more utility for some things.
Happy to. Yeah, so I guess base level is just the gamification aspect to some new assets in the Alien Worlds collective pool, if you will. I mean, obviously, the core of all of the Alien Worlds collection is already gamified internally, but we're looking at this as a way to bring in Alien Worlds lore, Alien Worlds character, exoplanet character lore. I mean, the expansion possibilities, we're trying to look future forward, but how we see that being, effective is taking in those different elements or aspects of the different planets or the different character developments that will occur, and then bringing those characters into the game and breathing a little bit more life into, the overall arching notion of this Federation of Planets and our crypto moon boys, and how we've kind of come to what we thought would be, make or break easy pillaging of precious resources. And then, we start to find that there's a rebellious nature of these, these citizens on these planets we're landing inside of these exoplanets. And so we're building out a really cool lore to it and working with the folks over at Metaverse to kind of craft out a storyline on what these crypto moon boys were thinking would happen versus what, we're seeing happen. I mean, you're seeing this like rebellion within the ranks. So at first we were, these street rebels, and we were getting all of the cross culture and all of the people that were rebelling against the system. But then I think, once we started really taking away from the future of families and people, characters living on these planets, the rebellion started rebelling against us, and that's really what we're creating inside the storyline and crafting out cool ways to create touch points within both communities. So I digress. From the game standpoint and creating these assets and gamifying the cards, we feel like it will be bringing in new community members from both Graffiti Kings over to Alien Worlds, and Alien Worlds community members into Graffiti Kings and into the HODL Warriors game, and just driving, just driving communion through talking about the battle decks and the battles that are happening, and wanting to expand the collections because they're now gamified. Is kind of how we see it growing in that case, separate from the lore and the comics and the metaphor stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, we're excited about it. I think the opportunities are plentiful to create a lot of cross communion, and that's what we're excited about.
Cool. Question from my end regarding the release of the NFTs. How do you plan to make them available to both communities?
Yeah, so in our mind, I mean, loosely what we thought about doing is a 50-50 drop between Graffiti Kings and Alien World. So we want to set a reasonable price point that allows for easy barrier of entry for everybody to get in. I mean, we're talking about 10,000 assets. So the notion is to try to get as many of the gamified cards out there as possible. So I guess the short answer is we will do a cross drop that will be available and open to both Graffiti Kings and Alien World members. And by doing that, we've considered and probably have landed on just a simple whitelisting requirement. Like if you hold even a simple capacitor for Alien Worlds, then you're gate kept into being able to capture the gamified drop, for example. So we want to make it exclusive to Alien World and Graffiti Kings community members. So you need to hold something from our groups, but we also want to not make it feel like it's, it's exclusive, but not prohibitory. We want people to be able to get involved, but also we want to incentivize people that are already involved in Alien Worlds and already involved in Graffiti Kings.
Fantastic. All right, well, that wraps it up for season 1 of the esports and gaming category. Stay tuned for season 2 announcements.